Hello, I'm Nico4387, and welcome to No Man's Sky Episode 3. I named my base Dingus. I don't know if that was on camera. It probably was. So we're just gonna get on in. I did, like I said, I already set up the electrical system for the base terminus. So now it wants us to go to the space station, so we're gonna do that. I think it wants us to just go to the space station in any way, so I think I'll just fly there instead of refueling the system. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need some of that uranium. This ship is pretty terrible, so we're gonna try to replace it as soon as we can. Personally, I'd like to create a Corvette. And we'll figure that one all out. So let's make our way to the space station. Just gotta make sure that I am hooked up correctly on the headset and everything like that is good. I was not planning on recording today, if you guys can't tell. I just wanted to play No Man's Sky, and then I was like, you know what? I need to put out No Man's Sky Episode 3, so let me do that. So, I'm planning on making this one a fair bit longer. I don't know exactly how long it'll be. My goal is to make it to the anomaly. Though we might not get that far. I'm gonna go ahead and get back into first person. I don't know why I was in third person. Again, I haven't played on this file in forever. It's been about a week. What did I want to do? Find life forms to ask about the mysterious signal. Ask about 16. Yeah. Ask about other travelers. Repeat 16. We are watching you, traveler friend. Find what we have left you. Though the alien speaks, the words are not their own. A string of code is echoed back to me through the red glare, logged directly to my exosuit. The crimson light fades away, and I see the life form blinking at me expectantly. Whatever has happened, they do not appear to have seen it. I should leave. Perhaps my base computer would be able to make something of this code. So I guess it's a good thing that I didn't dismantle the base already. Because I'm telling you right now, as soon as I can, that base is going down, because I do not like that planet, and we're going to start somewhere else. And I don't want to just leave bases all over the place. Okay, where is my base computer? This way. On a really crappy planet, in a really crappy system that I don't think... Okay, I'm going to do one small thing. I don't think this system has any... Okay, that's a Hyperborean planet. That is... an airless planet. This is... a freezing planet, yet another one of those, lovely. This is... an infested planet, and there's a moon behind it, so let's go find out about that moon. Hey! That actually might be a place to set up. You know what? Yeah, let's go to that planet before we go back to our base. Try to find a spot that's looking at this other planet, because I think that would look the most nice. There's no water on moons anymore. Wait, this isn't a moon. It says planet, not moon. Huh. I didn't even notice that. Insufficient fuel. I keep forgetting how bad these starting ships are. Like, it's abysmally bad. And now I remember and understand why new players do not get into this game. And that's my biggest gripe with this game is when you start out with this game, you feel so powerless. Like, you can't even jetpack for more than, like, 5 seconds at maximum. And even that's kind of generous. It's like 2 seconds. Your ship runs out of pulse fuel within a few 100,000 units. Maybe not a few 100,000 units, but yeah, a good, very short distance. My ship on my main save almost never runs out of pulse fuel. My launch thrusters are dead within like 4 launches because I haven't gotten to go to the anomaly and I don't have the nanites to be able to buy the launch thruster recharger and efficient launch thrusters technology. This is an okay looking planet. Let's go try to find ourselves a bigger landmass. Also, 165 units a second in atmosphere is absolutely abysmal. Like, it's worse than I thought. My ship flies at about 1,000 units per second in atmosphere at this level. There again, that ship is barely even normal. It's a glitch ship. And before you ask, it's not the result of one glitch. It's the result of multiple glitches over a period of time. That's a pretty nice planet. Yeah. Let's see if we can set up a second base computer here. Oh, that little divot here is way bigger than I thought.
Technology recharge.
Archives terminated. Select new task. Begin decryption. Decoding 161616. Message follows. The traveler finds their wings. Fly to us and claim your place among the stars. Is this talking about the anomaly? They really did change the way this works. I remember back in the day, the first mission was to go find hyperspace fuel. Coordinates logged. Is this going to where I think it is? See, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I do not at all like the story mission in this game. I think it's a waste of your time. There should not be a story mission to begin with, because it's just a small little thing that has nothing to do with the grander implications of the lore of this game. Like, the only part of the story mission that actually matters is the end part, which you guys will get to see. But you have to go through hours and hours and hours of tutorial. And it's especially stupid for somebody like me that's been playing since 2016 and already knows all the mechanics of the game before the story mission even became a thing. Like, yeah, it's great for new players. You get to learn all these things, but even new players don't like doing it. Because eventually that amount of hand-holding just pisses people off. But I guess the numbers don't lie. People are willing to put up with it. Though, who knows? I've had multiple people where I've gotten No Man's Sky for them. They've said, oh, this is a lovely game, and then given up within not even 20 hours because they didn't enjoy the main story mission and how slow the game was going. Maybe not everybody's like that. I don't really know. I have a very small sample source, or a very small sample size. But, yeah. I'm not taking my ship because that thing runs out of fuel in like literally 5 seconds flat, so we'll just hoof it. I think I might just cut the footage here, and then I'll be back once we get there. So I'll meet you guys there. Alright, well here we finally are. We have arrived at this crashed freighter. Actually kind of looks like Blackwing almost. And we've arrived at this little, distress signal ball thing. Log damaged. Partial records available. The signal has led me to the wreck of a freighter. Colossal fragments of metal scattered across the landscape. Were these messages nothing but the misfired circuits of a long-forgotten ruin? Nestled among the debris, I find the pilot's log blinking, awaiting input. Request log. Instead of displaying the ship's log, the terminal spits out a strange sequence of numbers. They are followed by a short message. The anomaly comes for the stars. Take flight. About time. Schematic for a hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. Take the blueprint. Okay. This hyperdrive is for a conventional starship, not a freighter of this size. Someone placed this here after the crash, hoping it would be found. Alright, this is all fine and dandy, and we might actually end up just using this hyperdrive, putting it in the ship, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut the footage here again. I'm going to do a little bit of unit farming so that we can go ahead and get ourselves a better ship, because this ship is really, really pissing me off. So once we get this hyperdrive installed, I'm going to switch my ship to a different ship. I might go ahead and also farm myself some more chromatic metal. So, we're gonna go to the space station, then once we land there, I'm gonna cut it, and I'm gonna do some unit farming. You know what, why am I even waiting to get to the space station? I'm gonna cut the footage here, and I'll do some farming for units and maybe some nanites. I'm gonna go to some planets, mine some asteroids, and whatever else. I'm gonna try to get myself about, you know, if I can, about 1 million units. I should have the ability to do that, yeah. So I'm going to try to get myself about 1 million units, try to get myself a ship. It's not going to be anything amazing, but here's hoping that there's at least an exotic in this system. Maybe if I get a few million units, I can get an exotic. But anyway, I'll see you guys once I get back with some more units. Okay, so we're back. I went ahead and mined up a few asteroids. I got a bunch of platinum, gold, and silver, and sold a bunch of it. And I also went to some planets and mined a bunch of those salvage technology modules and converted them all into nanites. And now we've got about 2,000 nanites and 3 million units, which is more than enough to get started on some of our projects. So let's go ahead and go back to third person. I would have really liked to get a bunch more of the salvage technology modules, but it was like practically impossible to move around on those planets. So, but at least we got the units we needed. So now we're able to buy those microprocessors, and we can actually go ahead and install. Oh right, I still need to buy some more chromatic metal. Do these people have it, or do I have to go? Yeah, they have some. Okay. I was about to say, do I have to go convert some more? So let's go ahead and Boom. Now I think they're gonna try to give us the recipe for warp fuel. So we'll go ahead and try to get the recipe for warp fuel. Alright, auto diagnostics, self-guided repair, auto diagnostics report. Hyperdrive successfully installed. Hyperdrive fuel empty. My hyperdrive is complete. Perhaps I really will find answers out there amidst the stars. But without warp cells, I will be going nowhere. I need to find a source of antimatter. Standard antimatter. I think this is going to bring us to an abandoned building. So that's nice. Usually, when I go to abandoned buildings, I'd fight the biological horrors, but we're in no shape to be fighting biological horrors. We don't even have the first weapon installed in our multi-tool. We just have mining laser. So, yeah. Uh-oh. I keep forgetting about that. See, once again, this whole land and analyze thing was not a thing when No Man's Sky first came out, or even when the story missions first started to be a thing. And I do not want to do it, so we're going to try to go up high in the atmosphere, and then look around from high up. There it is. Well, I guess they gave up trying to be like, hey, here was where it is, but it's not truly where it is. You'll have to land and analyze for it. But no, I don't want to land and analyze for it. I just want to go to the building. Sometimes, Halo games just adds some really stupid stuff that's more detrimental than, like, helpful. Like having to land and analyze to find where you're supposed to go. Or pirates being able to attack planetary buildings, or some other stuff that they added that I was just like, oh my god, this is more detrimental than helpful. The terminal is clogged with an unnerving pulsating slime. Nevertheless, it appears to be functional. So I touch the input panel. The alien substance reacts violently. I make a note to avoid getting closer. The device opens, revealing a single unblinking crimson eye. It prints out a blueprint for antimatter accompanied by a strange message. You will find us when the time is right. 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. So we can almost make that. We just need a bit more condensed carbon. Which, I mean, we can make condensed carbon. What do you mean missing components? But I picked up my other reactor, or whatever it is. What do you mean? And I guarantee I'm practically out of carbon, too. And I do not have a choice but to add all of my carbon to the thing. So that's lovely. It's either add all of my condensed carbon or all of my carbon. So now we're going to go ahead and add that. Now we can go ahead and craft that antimatter. Alright, antimatter is crafted. Now we need to assemble an antimatter housing. What are we missing? Ferrite dust, as always. Things are never simple. And once again, my life support is low.
Technology recharge.
I've not had my life support be low in years. Alright, that's plenty enough ferrite dust. Ooh, and it's the funny number. Alright. And now we can go ahead and assemble our warp cell. And then go ahead and put that warp cell into our hyperdrive. And now we can make one jump. Launch into space to test interstellar systems. Once again, assuming that we don't know how to use the galactic map when many of us have been using the galactic map since before there were tutorials for anything. So now where do they want me to go? Is there a specific destination? Not used to not having destinations. Warp to another system. It doesn't matter which. That's kind of annoying. Wish they would just tell me what system I need to go to. You know what? No, it's not going to be a Viking system if I go anywhere. What's this one? A Gex system? No, I'll probably just go to another Gex system. Sorry if you guys hear noise in the background. My grandmother is doing laundry. Alright. We have arrived, but now what? Okay. Starship monitoring system reports. Error. Guidance system malfunction. Searching for other routes. Searching. Obtained. Destination in 16, 16, 16. 16. 1, 6. 16 KLs. Accept new guidance. Accept. Guidance accepted. Plotting route. Okay. Plotting route to where? See, now I know for a fact this is a remnant. The whole finding another fuel source. This is a remnant to an older mission where they wouldn't give you the recipe for antimatter at first. They just gave you antimatter. And you had to go to the next system, and then they'd tell you where to find antimatter and how to make antimatter. Because my thought is, why do I need a fuel source when I can make the fuel myself? Alright, we have arrived. Where's this fuel source? Oh, of course, one of these. Go find it yourself, you big dingus. Whee. Except this time, at least, I can just... Wait. On airless planets like this, you have airburst engine regardless? That's pretty cool. Structure is unlike anything I've encountered on my journey so far. Everything about it is so obviously alien, so obviously out of place. As I stared at words form themselves in my mind, a strange fragment of broken speech. Is it traveler? Is it friend? It is friend. It feels strange, responding to questions I'm unsure that I'm being asked. But something has clearly taken notice of my reply. I am overwhelmed by a sense that something has awoken. That someone is watching me. It forms another question. Is it first? Is it last? It is last. I do not know how I am being spoken to. The monolith is ancient, and I cannot escape the feeling that it has asked these questions many times over. It asks again. Have they seen the Crimson Eye? Has the Crimson Eye seen them? Both? Likelihood of anomaly exceeds safety parameters. Breach detected. Alert. Alert. The boundaries will fall. The boundaries fall. The walls collapse. The universe awaits. There's another thing that says the boundaries will fall. The something will collapse. The universe. Yeah, something. Later on in the game. Find us, traveler. Is this telling me now? Oh, they just gave me a warp cell. Mysterious messenger. Find the mysterious messenger. Make your way into space. Where the hell did I leave my ship? To the west now, y'all. Yeet. Also yeet. I love airless planets. No fuel and launch thruster. God! If it's not one thing, it's another.
Recharge.
Let's put that other warp cell
Technology
here.
recharge.
And then I think once we get to the anomaly, I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to try to unlock warp hypercore. I'm going to get the personal refiner. And I'm going to get a few, bits of technology that'll help us along. Explore nearby planets or search in a new system. For what? And now it switched me to the base computer archives that I don't even give a single crap about. So, what do they want me to do? Just go to any planet? Okay, well, I'll just go to this one. Like I said, I don't remember any of this, and if I did, it would not be the same as it was for me. Now, what do you want me to do? I don't understand. Look at the coordinates sent to you. I located a mission icon. There's no mission icon. So, what? Incoming transmission. Source unknown. You're not alone. Please identify yourself. Why are we back? The game is broken. And now we get to the part that I absolutely freaking hate. Look, it's one thing to do the tutorial to get you started, but it's an entirely another thing to have you do a mission relating to something that has nothing to do with you. The whole Artemis questline, it's one of the worst things in this game, in my opinion. They give you no reason to get invested in the lives of these characters. They give you no reason to consider it any part of the lore. And it slows you down. It stops you from doing the things that you want to do. And honestly, if I could skip it all, I would. But even if you choose to skip the tutorial, it still has you do the tutorial, which is the main story mission. And you guys will see what I mean. It's a frigging tutorial. It's an extended tutorial. Well, considering as I can't freaking see, which either is a glitch or this is one of those chromatic planets. Pretty sure it's a glitch, though. Wait, a terbium growth? Maybe this is just a strange planet. Forsaken planet. Yep. It is just a weird-ass planet. Also, here's my thing. I can understand getting invested in the characters your first time through. But when you've done it countless times like I have, because either, like I did, your computer wasn't powerful enough, so you switched to PlayStation 4. Then you lost your PlayStation 4, so you switched back to PC, and now that your PC is a little bit more powerful, then Beyond came out, so I switched to Xbox, because no longer was my PC powerful enough. So then, eventually, I built Necrosis, so I moved off of Xbox and moved back to PC. Well, by the time I did, my old save was so out of date that I just deleted it. So, yeah. And that was years and years and years ago. So I've done this countless times, so I do not care for any of it. And there should really be a thing where you can just say, I do not want to do this main story mission. Just give me the stuff that I would have gotten from the main story mission. Okay, here's a great thing. Awesome. I'm not installing it, though. I don't need it right now, and it's a lot of stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and pin that. Once again, to the west now, y'all. That's going to be a frequent message until I end up getting the ability to have a larger life support battery. Hopefully. Hopefully very soon. Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing that yet. We're going to the space station. Because... Ooh. Artemis entity, we have received your signal. Is it first, is it last? Time for truth. You have their signal, but you are not Artemis entity. Your signal is familiar to Nada. We have been in contact before, I think. This would be a good time to come aboard, yes. A proper introduction to our home. Planetary interference. What do you mean? And now it's not letting me disengage. Gotta love when glitches are a thing. And it's especially glitchy right now because even after they've run so many bug fix patches, Voyagers was a huge update that added so much stuff and ruined so much stuff. So, yeah. It is just all types of broken right now. Let me just make sure. I'm just gonna go ahead and do us all a favor and turn this music off because it's just annoying the crap out of me. I'm sure it's annoying the crap out of you guys. Also, why are my sound effects and everything back up to 50%? I turned them all down to 25. Alright, fine. I'll turn it down to 40. Apply. Alright. Ow. Gotta love when you can't even make it up to here. Okay, finally. Screw you guys, I'm going over here. It probably won't even let me. Can I even talk to you guys without talking to Nada? Yes, I can. Okay. What do we need? Grab cadmium drive. Okay, yeah, I want to buy more than one thing, you dingus. That's not what I was looking for. Efficient thrusters. Now you're gonna be like, oh, well, we want you to go and install it and then come back. No, I want to buy a bunch of different things. Need that. Go ahead and grab them for a nice accelerator. Don't think I'll buy Q resonators yet. Could grab these, but I don't think I'll grab them yet. I think that's about all I need out of here as of just now. Maybe I'll grab a lot of things. And now I really am done with that. And I'm gonna go to here and research exosuit upgrades. We're gonna grab this. We're gonna grab this. And we're gonna grab this. And we're not done still, because we're gonna grab, I could grab nutrient ingester, but I don't think I need that yet. Oxygen rerouter is important, I think. Give me more stuff. Research exosuit upgrades. Okay. What's this? Airburst engine. That's pretty important. This one just makes you hella slow and just makes the melee boosts almost impossible. Because when you hit the button to jump, it won't do the jump until like a couple seconds after, like a second after or something. So it's kind of stupid. Maybe I'll grab trade rocket. And what I really wanted. Oh, I don't have nanites for it. Well, I guess we'll have to go farm some more nanites. Hopefully, they have nanites to grab something. Ooh, is this gun any good? Nay. Let's see. Guess I'll grab this first Atlas pass, and then that's good enough for me. And then I'll have to unlock all these things later. Alright, now what do we need for the, go ahead and... What did we need for... No, it's not you that needs the thing. It's you that needs the thing. We need it. Efficient mining. Efficient mining laser. Alright, I'll need to go buy these. These are quite expensive. And I can make some of the other stuff. Ooh, I can finally make creature pellets. Nice. Would have been useful earlier. Anyway, let's go talk to Nada, and then we'll end this episode. As I did promise that we would make it to the anomaly, and then we would cut the episode. Sorry that most of this episode was really a lot of complaining, because I'm just really sick and tired of these missions. But, once we get done, like, this first part, we'll be able to just free roam and do what we so please, and then maybe I'll go back and do the main story missions, just interspersed between the real fun stuff. But we'll see. We'll get around to it. We're almost done with the really, like, forced, you need to do this, like, right now type of stuff. Alright, ask about Artemis. Traveler entity, perhaps they are known to you. I do not know their number. Nada does not care to think about iterations as numbers. They were lost to us. Highly improbable our anomaly is lost to the Sentinels, but none should be lost to the anomaly. Korvax watches me. There is a patience, an organic tilt to the way they hold their metal shell. Ask about Nada. Nada awoke with the death of Korvax Prime. Could not understand why such things happen. Why we are alone. Now I am divergent. The convergence do not see through my eyes. Nada is not alone anymore. Nada is with Polo Friend. Now many other friends visit. Our convergence is small, but Nada happy. Nada's carapace pulses with a gentle light. There is something familiar about them. Ask about Polo. Polo Friend found Nada. Found my signal. Nada is safe. Now Nada finds other signals. Makes others safe. Station has been calling to me since I woke up on the planet. Perhaps it called to Artemis as well. Ask about this space station. Beyond what is outside, our anomaly wanders free like Nada to observe, to search. The Sentinels, the Atlas, they do not care for this place. I feel their eyes hunting us. Nada watches me, judging my reactions as they speak. Eve. Speak with Polo Friend. Speak with Polo Friend, Traveler. Perhaps they might know more about missing Artemis. They perceive things more clearly than Nada. Alright, let's speak with Polo Friend. Friends everywhere. If only you know where to look. Friends in all shapes, all sizes, all places. Artemis Friend. You are where they should be. Does not seem possible, but all things are possible, such as the universe. We will find them, no doubt. There is always a signal, always a trace. Our home will see to it. When you leave, you will not be where you were. You will be closer. Or maybe not. Discovery is exciting, yes? Before you leave, perhaps spend some time with other friends. We all help each other here. Okay, now we have a dilemma. Do I, you know what? Yeah, since it gives me the mission to do so, I think I will end this episode here. Let's get that off of my screen. Alright, so this is the end of the video. If you guys... Oh, let me get away from the Nexus, because the thing is loud as hell. And so is this machine here. So you guys can actually hear me. Alright. Stand in front of this portal. Anyway. I'm ending the video here. If you guys liked the video, leave a like. If you like my content in general, go ahead and subscribe. If you have anything to say, drop a comment. If you want to see more from me, I have 2 other channels you can go and visit. They are linked in the description. But with that said, 4387 out. Peace.